Parks will take it. Oh, and the neat header was from Moore. It's the right idea.
No, well, he couldn't get any pace on it. He got a nice glancing header, and at first, when it was on its way, you thought that's got a chance of going in. And all of a sudden, like, he's come out Campos and had to take it. No real pace on it, was there?
Parks again. Moore's glancing header.
He's done well, Moore, there, because he's got across his defender and got first into that near post. Just wanted a little bit more pace on the kick.
America's top scorer a couple of years ago, but nobody on the score sheet as yet tonight. Martinez. Has in truth been a untidy, unsatisfactory sort of game in many ways, this, but it does look now as if it's going to end with the drama of a penalty shootout, unless one of these two sides can find something in the next 7 minutes or so. Vidrio cutting it out for Mexico. It's a nice bit of work by Martinez again. He's shown up well since he came on. This is him again, now Garcia Raspe. Martinez. Luis Garcia. And then Garcia Raspe. Hermosillo is in there. Friedel, very decisive.
Yeah, good goalkeeping. He attacked the ball all the way. He took a little deflection on the way and he held up, got off his goal line, really attacked the ball.
Just over 6 minutes to a shootout. Mexico knocked out of the World Cup. Reminder that that was in a shootout against the Bulgarians in the second round. Fans wondering if it might go their way this time. That looked like a push on Burns by Luis Garcia.
Well, that's just silly. You've got a defender running back to his own goal. He's got a problem. And he gives a silly foul away. Absolutely silly.
Kobe Jones comes off. And Tab Ramos comes on for the USA. With just over 5 minutes remaining. I wonder if that's one with the spot kicks in mind. Who knows? We'll find out. Steve Sampson knows, but we can't talk to him just at the moment. Ambrice winning it back for the Mexicans. Suarez. Gutierrez, who's got lots of room over on that far side. He's now moved ahead of Martinez, who's hugging that touchline since he came on. Manuel Martinez of Guadalajara. Well, I noticed that Bernal has gone off now for Mexico with an injury, so he won't have to take any penalties. He missed one against the Bulgarians in that shootout, so he might be quite relieved that he hasn't got to be out there doing it again. In fact, I'm sure he is. Alexi Lalas towards Moore. They really have cancelled each other out, these two. There have been chances, but frankly not that many of them. Joe Max Moore. Campos comes out, says that's mine.
What you would say this for the States is that because they have lost some very important players in the side, they've done well to readjust and play a completely different system to how they started the tournament, and you've got to give them a lot of credit for that. I mean, the two fullbacks have been playing fullback up till this game. Now in this game, they're both playing centre-backs in there with Alexei Lalas. John Hawke started outside left, now he's centre midfield. I mean, they've had to adjust and rearrange their side. So this is not a bad performance.
Have you been surprised, though, that neither side has really gone for the jugular and said, to heck with penalty shootouts, we want to really try and win this in normal time? Because it has been very, very cautious kind of game, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has. And like you said early on, it is because they know each other inside out. And that makes it difficult.
Sorba. Oh, the 1-2, Harks. Mexicans crowd him out. Burns picks it up again, though. Joe Maxmore chasing. Can he get there? Well, Vitrio made sure that he didn't. The Americans feel there was a foul there. Now, what's the referee giving here? He wants the ball.
Yeah, that defender never played the ball. I would think it would be at least obstruction.
But it isn't. Now, what is Campos up to now?
I think he's got a highly coloured jock strap underneath, and he wanted to show it to everybody.
I think he's making sure that the advertisers get a good plug with a close-up shot. That's what I think.
Yes.
Because he's got all kinds of paraphernalia on those shorts. There's all stuff about surfers clubs and Acapulco and goodness knows what else. Well, he's going to be in the spotlight pretty soon by the look of things here. In any case, Ambrice trying to work it forward. Martinez brought down, but no foul. There will be this time. Garcia Aspe is off. Second yellow card.
Yeah, he was very late into Lalas. And I think he was a little bit over the top as well.
Already in the book, Garcia Aspe, and he can hardly complain, really, can he?
That's a nasty tackle, no doubt about that. He should be on his way. He's shaking his head, but he knows what he's done.
Well, I don't know whether he would have been one of the penalty takers for the Mexicans. He could have been. They are now down to 10 men. It's probably not going to matter in terms of open play because we're now into injury time anyway, but I would have thought he would definitely have been one of the penalty takers. Oh, Winalda. Well, I thought for just a moment Eric Winalda was going to have the chance to settle it right at the death.
It's just a half chance. I don't know why he didn't have a dig there. I think it was a cross.
Almost a minute into injury time. There'll be a bit of it, I'm sure. Sending off right in the last minute.
He does look a no-nonsense referee. He's got a very stern face.
Hermosillo hasn't made too much impact despite the fans urging their coach to put him on earlier on. Vidrio wide for Rodriguez. And he runs it out of play, and that, in many ways, is symptomatic of the kind of game we've had here. But remember, Brazil and Argentina ought to be a different kettle of fish entirely, and we have a penalty shootout here in Paysandú to decide which of these two goes in to the semi-finals of the 1995 Copa America.
Yeah, well, here we go again in. Our second one.
It's getting to be a habit, isn't it? Don and I were at the microphone when Colombia won the shootout against Paraguay last night. Now then, who are the unlucky five? It does come down sometimes, doesn't it, to who fancies it, really, in this situation.
Yes, and it's like I've always said, normally you think that it would be most of the front players will take the pens. That's not so. If you look at the players who come forward, I'll bet you three of those five, at least kind of 75% of the lads who step up, they're midfield players or defenders.
So they have to sort it all out now administratively. You can see the word surfer written on the back of Campos's shorts. That is another of his pastimes. He does something called acrobatic surfing. I don't know too much about that myself.
I don't know a thing about it, Ian. I can't even swim.
But Jorge Campos can, and he can keep goal as well, as he proved tonight with some important saves. So they've got to sort out who gets the job. Nervy moments for the players, Don.
Yes, it is. I would think that they'd sorted out before they played the game. If the coach has done his job properly, you don't want to get into this situation in these penalty shootouts, but if it comes, and you've got to be ready for it.
The Mexicans, knocked out of the World Cup in a penalty shootout, will have bitter memories of that. Are they going to go through to the semi-finals? Remember, they made the final last time. The Americans, who were eliminated in the first phase, would be a big, big achievement for them to reach the last four. I'm just trying to think through. I don't think they've been involved in very many penalty shootouts.
A new experience. And you look at the two goalkeepers there together, and you say, well, if you're taking them against Campos, stick them up in the top corner. If you're taking them against Friegel, hard and low.
Well, we shall soon see who gets to take them first, what end it's all going to happen. Mexico 1, Bulgaria 1. It was in New York on the 5th of July last year. And in that match, Mexico's goal was a penalty by Garcia Aspe, who has been sent off and will not be able to take a penalty here. Bulgaria won the shootout 3-1 on penalties. So, will they be haunted by that? What happens here? Have they learned from it? Maybe they've been, I'm sure both sides in training will have practiced penalties, won't they?
While they're reorganising like this and getting ready, it makes you wonder whether some of the lads ought to go down the bottom end and have a little practice, like being in the nets at cricket. Go and knock a few in quickly.
I don't think they're allowed to do that.
Oh, no.
I don't, because
it always takes about 10 minutes before they actually get to the shootout.
Yeah, it's an interesting thought, but I'm sure the referee would say, oh no, you don't. I'm in charge out here, and he clears the penalty area. There are rules governing it. But I don't know. It's try it sometime. Now Eric Winalda will go first for the United States. Campos, will he prove a hero as René Higuita, another of the world's most flamboyant goalkeepers, did for Colombia? Winalda, 3 goals already in the tournament. Make that 4. 5 penalties each, just to remind anyone who isn't
I've got to say
familiar.
This for Campos, how he can take off with such a wide stance. When he's got to shift he's got to bring his feet together before he can get a jump. Why he's got his legs so far apart, I don't know. I don't know whether he's trying to make himself big or what, I don't know.
Well, here is the top goal scorer in the Copa America, Luis Garcia, to try to get the Mexicans off to a similarly good start, which he does. So both men employing their ace marksman first. 1-1.
Well, good pen, send the goalkeeper there. He sent him completely the wrong way.
He didn't half belt this as well, didn't he?
Yeah, nice and firm.
Joe Max Moore for the United States. Scores. Nicely done.
I cannot understand why he stands with his legs so wide apart. His first movement is to bring his feet together, which obviously will slow him down before he can take off. He should get himself in a position that he can take off from the position he's standing in.
Moved before it was taken as well, was half a yard off the line, but they all seem to get away with that. Now, here is Carlos Hermosillo, the darling of the Mexican fans. He might not be if he misses this. This to make it 2-2. Oh, great save. Great save by Brad Friedel. So, the Americans have built themselves a little bridgehead, maybe to the semis.
That was a good save. He read it well. To his right side, 2 hands to the ball, palmed it away. Good save. And there was a lot of pace in that kick.
That really was a tremendous save. Paul Caligiuri.
He looks like a wicket keeper there, the way he stands.
Hasn't really sniffed any of the 3 so far, and that puts the pressure now even more on the Mexicans. They really, surely, have to put this next one away. Coyote is the next man in the spotlight for Mexico.
I tell you what, when you look at that goal and free goal there.
Coyote, oh, not a good one. Too near, and Mexico are in big, big trouble. Friedel is putting his name up in lights here.
I mean, he's so big. I mean, he must fill the goal up. You must put the ball, if you're taking that penalty against Friedel, you put the ball down, look at the goal, and you think, where the hell can I put this? He's filled the goal in.
What it means is that if the United States score their next penalty, they're in the semi-finals. Frank Klopas is the man with that responsibility. If he puts this in, the USA can begin their celebrations. And he does! The USA go all the way to the last 4 of Copa America. Spot on with the kicks. 4 out of 4. The Mexicans can't match that after 2 misses. So Winalda, Joe Max Moore, Paul Caligiuri, now Frank Klopas like this, and the Americans will play Brazil or Argentina in the semis.
Well, I think they really deserve it, because they did come into the game with a new set of tactics. They had to rearrange their side. They got it together. They had to play a different way. They couldn't play as positively as they did against Argentina. They had to pull back into their own half and play a very cagey game. And they've come through on the penalties. Well, good luck to them.
I tell you what, don't wander into a bar in Mexico City or Acapulco or Guadalajara and mention penalty shootouts, because you might not get out alive. They've been knocked out of the World Cup in a shootout. Now they've been knocked out of the Copa America in a shootout. But congratulations to the United States, who win the penalty shootout 4-1 after what, frankly, was a fairly arid 90 minutes of normal play. But the USA continue their march up the world ladder with a semi-final place here.
With the Americans, the public relations are not neglected. The United States victorious there. Didn't look too good for them when they lost their group match against Bolivia, but things have certainly swung around. A very spirited and determined display, creating a big shock against Argentina, and they out-battled Mexico and took their chances when they arrived in the penalty shootout. We'll see you again in just a moment. Don't forget Brazil against Argentina coming shortly.